tell you what, I mean, I feel that, we Indians have never been taught to look inwards.
Correct.
We have always been taught to look outwards for happiness, for peace, for contentment. And we would rather prefer to have a heavy, good, lavish breakfast on a Sunday morning than
Yeah.
to give 1 hour to such a
Very
beautiful.
true. Very true. Very true. Yes. Okay, let me turn on my video here. Welcome, Hina, and welcome, Dipti. Yeah.
I guess Hina is a new participant.
Yes. Hina, you want to say hi? Hina is my
Hi,
friend.
Hina. Welcome to the group.
Hina, you want to unmute yourself? You want to? Okay. Anyway, yeah, welcome to the call. At least we have somebody new here joining us. And let me just start out with the short prayer. And I'm going to have something new in here, but what I also want to do is cover some of the old stuff for Hina. And so she can be brought up to speed.
Good things can always be absorbed again and again. Even if you use the old stuff 10 times, we are okay with it.
Yes, but there will be new stuff that I'm covering here. So let me start out with the short prayer. I call on Archangel Saint Michael, Archangel Gabriel, Archangel Raphael, Archangel Uriel, the Holy Mother, the light and love of the Most High, or Holy Spirit, and the Christ to be with us now. I call on all the great beings of light, the ascended masters, Rama, Krishna, Shiva, Buddha, Babaji. Please be with us now and please guide us in these group discussions so everyone can benefit the most out of these meetings and get what they're looking for or what they need out of it. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. So let's start out with your experiences with the light channeling. If people have been doing the light channeling, Nona, you wanna start with that?
Yes, why not? Absolutely. So initially, I started with this light channeling once a day. Then I was kind of tempted to do it twice. Now I'm doing it thrice a day, and it's really really addictive. So what my experience has been, I mean, what I feel, I kind of feel that I am out of my body. So that out of the body feeling, whereas my soul or myself is moving up and my body is on the floor. And I kind of do astral traveling through it. I've been trying astral traveling a lot many times through a lot many methods, but nothing worked. So this helps me instantly. It's like, I am flying and suddenly I've grown big white wings and I fly over beautiful valleys of different colors, beautiful flowers, and the sky is all golden. Like I sometimes also feel the presence of some maybe angel or some angelic being by my side, which I cannot see. But I ask her, like, that where am I? So she tells me to look towards the sky. So it's like the sky is entirely made of bright, shining gold. And a golden light engulfs me every time I do it. So it's a beautiful, beautiful feeling.
Yeah, I was thinking about that this morning about your experience with the gold sky, and I really think that it's telling you that you're entering this Satyug or golden age through this process.
Could be.
So it's and this entire world is about to turn golden right now.
I mean, I really wish that happens. Waiting for that to happen.
Yeah, even though it doesn't seem like it, even though it seems like we're in the opposite energy, but the thing is that through all these experiences like the pandemic and everything that's happening, people are really waking up or asking the right questions. So, and I think that's going to happen more and more. So anyway, anybody else wants to share? Shivam, Deepti, you want to share your?
Yes, sir. I've been doing this side like I couldn't practice it in the first week, but now I've been doing it regularly,
Yeah.
and there's been a lot of change in my presence of mind, in me being present in them in every moment, and so yeah, positive things have started happening again. Like I'm always in a good mood and a uplifted mood and all. So yeah, definitely, this
Yeah.
has been seriously, it's been a wonderful experience.
Wonderful. So you've also been going through exams, right,
Yeah,
Shivam?
yeah, my exams are over. I was preparing for them, and exams were like I could focus more.
Yeah, you had more clarity or something, right?
Yeah, I had better clarity. I still have got
Wonderful.
better clarity, and then this has definitely provided me a great awareness.
Yeah, so this is really great for students or anybody in any state. Um, okay, DP said she wants to practice for a few more weeks. Of course. Okay. So let me continue now.
So, Bobby,
Okay.
I would also like
Yeah,
to
go
add,
ahead.
which I forgot to
Yes.
mention. I've
Yeah.
suddenly seen, sudden growth. I mean, in my work. I mean, it was doing well. It was doing pretty well. But now suddenly, the kind of clients I wanted, the kind of work I wanted to do, I feel as if I've started attracting that.
Wow. Wow, that's
And
wonderful.
I mean, I don't do any digital promotions. I don't do anything. I mean, you might be aware, whereas people these days are spending so much on digital promotions and everything. My work is only through word of mouth. But now, I was hoping
Wow.
that as new people start approaching me, like, जो known है, that is okay. They were coming. एक client आया, फिर उसने किसी को refer कर दिया. But now suddenly new clients have started approaching me.
Wow. That's wonderful. Yeah. Okay, thanks for sharing. So can you imagine a world without lack? Um, Lack does not exist. Lack is created by the human mind. Lack exists only because there's no flow inside us and in our world of this divine energy, this light and love of God or the Most High. And it seems like our lives and our conditions in Bharat are getting tougher and tougher, more and more complicated. And it seems like we've been saying, okay, we accept it. We don't accept it, but what do we do?
We don't we
What
don't
do
have
we
an
do?
option.
We don't have until now. We haven't had an option.
But now we have.
So yeah, so we hear of terrorists that are going to blow up or cause havoc in Delhi, UP, and Maharashtra. We say, okay, what can we do about it? You know, and we hear about mafia or Gunda Raj running our financial capital, Mumbai. We say, okay, what can we do about it? You know, and we hear about so many bad things coming from Afghanistan, terrorist mindset, you know, jihadi mindset, jihadi people. We say, okay, what can we do about it? So we keep saying, okay, 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 and everyone just accepts it. We have no choice. We have no option. Until now, we haven't. Humanity as a whole has not had an option. Whether they experience lack in their lives or whether they experience these types of things in their world, we say, okay, what can we do about it? This is part of life. This is what life is. And I mean, not most people, I would say everybody, except for maybe a handful of souls, understand or believe that this is life. This is the way it's supposed to be. And they have no options. They have no ability to understand that things can be different or need to be different or should have been different. And almost everybody refuses to accept that life can be anything else than this. Their mind cannot accept it. But what if I were to tell you that this is not what life is meant to be? This is not the way that life was in ancient times. And this is not the way, things are going to change. There's going to be a drastic change. And that is called Satyug or Golden Age or Heaven on Earth or 5D. And that's happening because humanity's heart and mind is opening up and people are really seeking. All these things like pandemic and everything are causing people to question. Is it supposed to be different than this? Than human life as we've made it? And we can change things. How? Through light channeling. Like, let me give you an example. Like Maharishi Mahesh Yogi, the founder of Transcendental Meditation. I don't know if anybody knows about him. That was a long time ago, maybe before, many of the youth in this country probably don't know about that. But he was the teacher of the Beatles. And he did, they did some experiments on the power of prayer and meditation on violence. So they brought a group together, a group of people together, and they started praying together about, about peaceful world and things like that, and love. And through their experiments, they were able to show that the incidence of violence in whichever area that they were praying in had reduced considerably. It was significant. So they were influencing the mass consciousness. And this research of theirs is on the internet. You can look it up. I was not a follower of TM. I had learned it probably one time, but I never really continued with it more than a few days. I was not ready at that time. I was doing other things. But this is a pretty good experiment or pretty good practice that's on the internet, and there's a lot of information about this, about how they were able to influence the mass consciousness so the incidence of violence reduced. So that was pretty major. That's what light channeling does. So if we have lack in our lives or anything, now you know that there is something you can do. You can start doing light channeling, and light channeling will turn that lack around. I can guarantee you, if you do this light channeling for several months, 6 months or a year or longer, it will absolutely take away all the lack in your life. Absolutely guaranteed. I have no doubt about that. That's the same thing that's happening in my life. I've got amazing things going on that I never asked for. I never planned for this, but they're going on. They're happening, and they're just coming magically, miraculously. And I just keep saying that it's the angels doing it. The angels are communicating with me and telling me to do this or telling me to do that. I'm not planning any of this, but it's all happening, and I see incredible abundance coming to me. Until now, things have been okay for me. I've had no complaints whatsoever. But now things are, are just incredibly happening by themselves. And the same thing is going on, or can go on in our world as well. You know, so things such as violence and terrorism and corruption of government, corruption of politicians, it has gone on because nobody knew how to change anything. Okay, but the solution lies in light channeling. So what can we do? We can start doing light channeling ourselves. We can totally, absolutely transform our lives, and we can spread light channeling. And you don't have to spread light channeling to everybody, because the energy of this will go on increasing, and that affects the mass consciousness. So a certain threshold is reached where, all of a sudden, maybe about, I would say, just a handful of people who are doing light channel energy is going to be reached, that virtually overnight the entire mass consciousness will shift, and they will start asking questions, they will start seeking, and they will find the the solutions. And that is the process that's happening right now. That's also called the 100th monkey theory. I would recommend, go into the YouTube and search for 100th monkey theory. I think there's a 4-minute video on it that's really, really good. And that will explain to you
Yes.
how this is happening in our world.
So, see, Bobby, the
Yeah.
most, I think it
Mhm.
begins from your home, because have suddenly started observing changes in my house help's behavior. I mean, he's suddenly, become more peaceful, and he's taking more interest in work. And for my son, like, there were certain things I didn't like him doing. So one day he suddenly comes up and tells me that, Mom, I'm quitting all these things. I mean, I feel that positive energy and that light spreading in my house and to people around me. And the biggest contentment when I do this is that, just by sparing few minutes of my day, I feel I am bringing a change in the world. Though it's a small step, but then small step will lead to a greater destination. So I feel that contentment. I mean, every time I do this channeling, that at least few moments of my day were worthwhile.
Very true, very true. Yes. So now is the time that we no longer have to say, okay, what can we do about it? Because there is something we can do about it now. We can start doing the light channeling, and we can, spread it. And as it spreads, it's going to change the whole world. I have no doubt about that. And one thing that Garrett says is that he says that human beings have been creating, what does he say? He said, um, says that human beings are heading towards more and more hell on earth. But star seeds are, volunteers who have a little bit more experience in, in the 5D and the, the experience and converting worlds, or helping transformation of the world. And he said star seeds are here for stopping the progression towards hell on earth and starting the progression towards heaven on earth. That's Garrett's quote. I'm going to share my screen here. I'm going to read some quotes by Garrett. Oh. I hope people can see this. Anyway, he says, there's a light inside of you that will guide you to the realization of all your truest hopes and dreams. And this light simply needs to be nurtured, given attention. As you give your attention to this light, it expands and expands and expands until your entire life is filled with joy, filled with love, filled with wonder, filled with the realization of all your dreams. This is the way home. There's nothing you need to chase. There's nothing outside of you. The love, joy, and fulfillment you long for is deep inside. Okay. Now I want to share another quote from Garrett. Okay, Sunena just joined with us. Okay. This
She
is
said,
another quote from, yeah, go ahead.
yeah, she said
Go
it was
ahead,
too
Nona.
late to join. I said, no, it's never late. You join immediately.
Okay, good, good. Okay, so this is another quote from Garrett. He says, you are a child of the light, a carrier of the flame, one who's been gifted with the power to transform the darkness into the light. But the one thing you weren't told is how to call on that light, how to bring the light in. And once you learn how to do this, the light will become your superpower. And we will show you this now. The light is your inheritance, your power. The light will transform all your inflictions, all of your sorrows, all of your fears into healing, into grace, into beauty, into love, into abundance. And you are a leader of the revolution of love. And this revolution is here now, in your heart, your soul, your mind. This is from Garrett, and this is really, really powerful. He's saying that the light is our superpower, but the one thing that we haven't been shown is how to call on that light and how to use it as our superpower. So we've been in the victim state until now. We've been in the lack state until now. But now is the time that we can transform all that by understanding that the light is our superpower. And we have been shown on how to, hold on a second, Rohit has come here, admit it. Welcome Rohit to the call. This will be recorded, so anybody who's missed until now, you can listen to the recording. Covered quite a bit until now, but I will cover quite a bit more, but you can definitely, listen to the recording of this. So this is a very, very, very powerful quote from Garrett. The light is our superpower. This is absolutely true. The light has the ability to transform all lack inside ourselves and in our world into abundance, there is no scarcity. Scarcity is born out of the human mind. Lack is born out of the human mind. In the world that we've been given, or in the true world, there is no lack. There is no scarcity. There is only abundance. And if if you read the Bible, I'm not a Christian, but I have read quotes in the Bible. It talks about the Garden of Eden, where everything was provided for by God. That was man's true state. And then, due to the fall of man's consciousness, we created the world as it exists today, with scarcity and lack and everything. But now is the time when we're being shown how to transform all that through the light and through the love of the Most High. And that is our superpower. But we have to recognize this. We have to understand this fact. And we have to understand how to call that light in. And you are, several people in this group are doing that on a daily basis now. They're starting to do that on a daily basis. And I absolutely, absolutely guarantee you that you are in the process of making your life golden. If there was a child, we teach them stuff like ABCs and 1, 2, 3s. If we taught them light channeling from the time that they are little, then their life would be golden throughout their lives. They would not know anything else. And that is the way that our world can be. That's where we are heading towards. We can show everybody the true superpower where their lives will be golden and this world will be golden, and then Nona's vision of the golden sky will be an absolute reality for everyone. So in any case, this is the true knowledge that is so highly valuable to everybody, and you are learning it right now. And if you see any lack in the world, stuff like terrorism and stuff, why is it there? It's there because of lack of love, lack of understanding or true understanding, it might be a lack of money for certain people that would cause them to blow themselves up and blow up other people, right? And how can we turn that around? We can turn that around through doing light channeling ourselves and by spreading it. And there are star seeds all over the world who are spreading this information. So there currently I believe that there are hundreds of thousands of star seeds in the world, and not only star seeds but light beings of all types all around the world, and people like Sadhguru, all have a role to play in this. In any case, let me turn off the screen sharing. Okay, I'm going to cover a lot of the information that I have covered in the past, but because we're doing a recording, I want to go over this stuff. And I'm going to read from this book, Dolores Cannon, The 3 Waves of Volunteers and the New Earth. And this is, you can buy it on Amazon. And Dolores Cannon died a few years ago, but she is the world's top authority on volunteers and starseeds in this world, or she was. And she was a hypnotist, regressionist. A lot of starseeds, they had a very, very tough upbringing because, we really had to learn what this world is all about and what's going on, what the negative energy is all about. All the experiences that I've gone through in my life, a lot of it has been really, really tough, but I'm grateful for every part of it because so much I've learned. So I could not have done my, what I'm supposed to do in this world. I'm just starting out right now, but, I'm getting so much insight and so much, guidance from the higher beings. And I could not do any of it if I had not gone through every single thing in my world. So I'm absolutely grateful for it, for every part of it. Okay, so let me read from this book, from the cover of this book, 3 Waves of Volunteers in the New Earth. The 3 waves of volunteers, in 1945, when the atomic bombs were dropped in World War II, our protectors and watchers in outer space saw that the Earth was on a collision course with disaster. The prime directive of non-interference prevented them from taking any action. But then they came up with a brilliant plan to save the Earth and assist her in her ascension. They couldn't interfere from the outside, but maybe they could influence from the inside. So the call went out for volunteers to come and help. Earth is in trouble. Who wants to volunteer? The native souls living on the earth were too caught up on the wheel of karma. The only hope was to ask for pure souls to come who have never been trapped in the karmic cycle. Dolores, in her hypnosis work, has discovered 3 waves of these volunteers. Some have come direct from the source and have never lived in any type of physical body before. Others have lived as space beings in other planets or other dimensions, because all memory is erased upon entry to the Earth dimension. They do not remember their assignment. Thus, these beautiful souls have a difficult time adjusting to our chaotic world. These souls have a vital role to play as they help all the rest of us ascend to the new Earth. Okay, so these volunteers, almost all of them have 3 main characteristics. Number one is that they've been spiritual since a young age. I've been spiritual since a very young age. Spirituality has been my passion for decades now, for as long as I can remember. The second characteristic is they've always felt like foreigners here. They could not understand humanity at all. And the number 3 characteristic is, all of them talk about the new age or the new Earth. And I estimate that there are hundreds of thousands of star seeds in the world right now in every corner of the planet. If you go on Facebook and just search for star seeds, you will find groups with 80,000 people in these groups. So there's a lot of groups on star seeds, and star seeds have to go through a awakening process, just as the rest of humanity have to go through an awakening process. It's a part of activation of the mission for star seeds. But for me, it is so I see so much light and so much hope in there, that there are so many people working towards this mission of transforming this earth. So we hear about all the negative stuff, but we don't hear about the positive stuff. And if there's armies of darkness or evil in this world, there are also armies of positive energy in this world. So you have to understand that you just have to focus in that direction, and you will find a lot of it, and you will awaken to what's actually going on in this world. So in any case, and also let me cover this later. Hang on. So what is the purpose of this group? To help you feel stuff that you've never felt before, to help you be connected to the divine like you've never been connected before, and to help you experience experiences that you've never experienced before, or to take you higher and deeper so that you can be one with the light and love of the Most High. So you can have this divine flow coursing through you, through your heart and mind. And this is an experience that almost no one has on this planet. But as they are seeking, more and more people are finding it. More and more people are finding that this is real also, and this can be their experience also. We're not supposed to be just locked in this 3D world with just the material energies at all times. Well, what I tell people is, in Bharat, what's happened, it's like a pendulum. The pendulum was all the way on this side, because in order for the development of Bharat, everybody had to really focus on becoming engineers and becoming doctors and making money. And so we had to focus on the material world. It was a necessary part of the development of humanity. So now the pendulum is all the way on this side, and it cannot go any further. It has to go on the other side now. And the other side is where you find out that there's a lot more than just the material world. That there are other energies that you can tap into, and such as light channeling. And as you start tapping into them, you will have far greater experiences with the angels, with the angelic beings, with the light beings. And this is all available to you. If you just start doing the light channeling, it will become a daily reality for you, just like it is for me, just like it is for Nona. Nona has been having outer body experiences and astral traveling, and all these wonderful experiences with light channeling. So, this is this is supposed to be the daily experience for everybody, not just a few people. Okay. So we call this meeting, Let's Create New Bharat, or Bharat 2.0. And that's what I'm talking about in Bharat 2.0. We are supposed to be multi-dimensional beings. We're not supposed to be 3D physical body-mind beings. We are not just body-mind. And this light channeling, what this does is it removes the Maya. It removes the illusion or the matrix, or some people call it the simulation. If you are locked in the body mind consciousness, then life becomes as you see in the world around you. That is what life is for most people, because everybody is locked in just the body mind. But we are multi-dimensional beings. We're not just supposed to be having the physical experience, we're supposed to be having the higher experiences also. And that's what light channeling does for us. So, Bharat is supposed to be the Rath, or the chariot that's traveling in the Bha, or the light. It's supposed to be light chariot. This is a land of great light, and it was like that in ancient times. And through the light channeling, it's, it can be more and more people's experience, and it can return to its ancient glory. It's in the process of doing that. I firmly believe that through my own experiences, I know that this is happening. And Bharat is supposed to be the lighthouse for the whole world, for the entire planet. And Nona was saying the other day that, the army of light and love, she's seeing in her vision that it's going to come out of Bharat. So we have a great mission, or great path in front of us, and that's the reason that we are doing these Sunday morning meetings. It's very important work to bring the true reality, or what really exists, and into people's consciousness. And that is how we're going to transform consciousness. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to read the intro of my site, 5dearth.com. It's, the URL is 5d-earth.com, or 5d-earth.com. And I'm also, hang on just a second. I wanted to go through some videos in here as well, but for some reason I did not. Okay, I've just put the link to the Google Doc in the chat window, and everybody can pull that up because you will need that to go through several videos that I will be going through. And in this doc, I've also included the URL for my site, 5dearth.com, 5d-earth.com, and I'm going to read from the intro part of my site now. It says going from caterpillar to butterfly. In truth, we are all children of the light or most high. We are all designed to live on this beautiful planet in perfect health, radiant joy and bliss, perfect loving relationships, perfect abundance and flow of all good things that our hearts desire, higher intelligence, creativity, genius, deep loving connection with each other and with the Most High, and perfect peace, balance, and harmony. This is called 5D, or heaven on earth, or magical world, or a state of oneness. This is actually man's true and natural state. This is the state that we would naturally experience more and more of if we allowed more of the light and love of the higher to flow through us and through our hearts. And this is what this site is all about, and what our work is all about, and what these sessions are all about. How to restore this light and love of the Most High into our hearts and minds, so that we can return back to human life as it was meant to be. It was always meant to be that. But then there was a fall of humanity's consciousness, and that's the world that we have now. This was also encapsulated in the Bible in the Garden of Eden story. So are you concerned about all the increased problems that humanity or our world is currently facing? It's due to just this. Most humanity do not know or understand how to allow the light and love of the higher to flow through themselves. They're suffering from a lack of flow of this glorious energy. Plus, our planet is evolving and all the garbage is coming out to be cleared or healed. So once we have this light and love of the Most High coursing through our hearts and minds, that is our superpower. That is what Garrett is saying, that is our superpower. We can transform anything and everything in our lives and in our world using this superpower. And that is the path that we are on right now. There will be a magical transformation. There can be a magical transformation in your life. I would say start doing light channeling on a daily basis, once or twice or 3 times a day, just 5 minutes a day if you like. And you will see a transformation into gold within the next 6 months to 1 year. And this is, I can write this down and guarantee it. If anybody who's doing it, you will see a transformation into gold for your life. Okay, but we are in the process of transforming our world into gold as well. And we do this the same way, through the light channeling, by spreading the light channeling. Okay, so just read the site, go to the site, 5dearth.com, read it, and start practicing the light channeling. And you are on the path to gold, to a gold mine in your life right now. Okay, so now everybody should have pulled up this document. Okay, go to number 2 in this document. It's a 4-minute video. I want everybody to watch it right now. Okay, let me know when you're done. You can just write in the chat window when you're done with that 4-minute video. Can you hear me? Are you done? Please write in the chat window when you're done. Okay. All right, very good. Let's move on. Okay, now I'm going to ask you to watch a 10-minute video, which was also included in part 1 of my book. And so please see the number 3 in the document. Please see that for 10 minutes only, or about half the video, and stop watching at that point. Okay, so go ahead, do that now. Please let me know when you're done. Just say done in the chat window. Just see half the video, just 10 minutes. Okay, let me continue. Okay, I'm going to read from Guruji's messages, which is also in my book. From Manifesting the New Age. There are many people who are working as channels who are aware of many, many things that are all happening on the higher planes. They are aware that there's a great, great treasure there to come down to the earth. There are many great things that are waiting there to be birthed. There are laws and regulations, so they cannot physicalize just like that. They have to be received with love. They have to be channeled. The whole new age is waiting there at that level. It's for us to receive it. It's for us to give birth to this hair. That is our great responsibility. It's a great privilege. And every one of us, we have to do it. We can do it. This is the moment in history, the greatest phase where the whole future, the whole age of Satyuga, golden age, it's waiting for us to birth it. We should never take this lightly. We should take this as seriously as possible. How do we do this? Physicalizing or birthing the new age, Satyuga, to this plane? It's very simple. We channel the light. I've been speaking about this light channeling all these days. I do this deliberately because it's so important. We have to channel the light. When we channel the light, we are channeling the new age. And again, we must know that it's not just one person or one avatar who will do this. Bringing this new age, establishing it, it's every one of us here, every one of us on this earth. We bring this new age down. We bring the light. We channel the light. And channeling the light is very easy, and it's very difficult also. It's very easy because if in a simple way we trust that there is light and ask it to come down, without any effort, it will flow through you. It will just come through you for the entire world. And the new age is there. In 1978, when my guru said, if all the people on this earth, or most of the people, if they just wish, let there be the new age will be there the next moment. We have to wish it. We have to wish it. And this is from one of his videos. And the second video is titled Light Heals, How We Can Make a Difference. This is the time to act. This is the time to channel light. Light heals. Healing is required for the individuals. The whole world requires healing. A lot of light is required. A lot of love is required. It's our job. It's our responsibility. We have to bring down light. Light is love. We have to bring down a lot of love. You must experience what love is. Then only you will know the power of love. Normally, we think we are helpless. We can only vote. And then we suffer for 5 years. That way we are helpless. But we have the greatest power available with us. This is a time to become aware of our own power, our own potential. We can bring down the light when we channel light and spread light. Light not only heals, it corrects. Light cleanses. This cleansing process will cleanse not only the individuals, but also the systems. Recently, we talked about the collapse of the systems. How do they collapse? By this process of cleansing. You will see very shortly that systems collapse like a house of cards. They collapse just because they are false systems. Whatever is false has to collapse. It has to come down. This is the time. These systems appear so fragile. We as common people, we can bring these systems down. It is our job. How do we do it? It's not merely by voting and forgetting. It's by channeling light, channeling light. Not once, not for a minute, but all the time, whenever it is possible, all the time. As much light as you can channel, the faster we will enter into the new age. Bring down the light, experience the light. Then you enter into Satyuga, golden age. Do not wait for others. And when you spread this light, great changes occur. When these systems collapse, the light will replace these systems with finer systems, with divine systems, not just better, but the best systems. Systems such as political systems, religious systems, many others. Whatever is not right will be removed from this planet. Whatever is divine will be brought into its place. We are in the moment of history where we have the greatest opportunity to be the creators of the new age. We are the creators, so let us create. Let us bring this light down. Let us bring the new age down. This is from Guruji Krishnananda, and he is the second person whose light channeling we are using. Okay, Nona, are you there?
Yes, I'm here, Bobby.
Okay,
Sorry.
good,
Yeah, I
good.
forgot to unmute myself.
No problem. Okay, so yeah, so that's what light channeling is, and that's from the second light channeling method that we have on our site is from Guruji Krishnananda. We have two light channeling methods. One is from Garrett, and the second one is the Indian version from Guruji. And that is without the music. So now I'm going to ask you to experience the 4-minute demo of the light channeling. And then I think that's pretty much it. And then, you can just read this document and, you can just start doing the light channeling and then go through, everything is spelled out in this document, how you can proceed, but just do the 4-minute, demo of the light channeling. So you have a small taste of what light channeling is all about. And that is, I think, a number 4 of our documents. And just try that meditation. And I think we can finish with this meeting. I think it's been about 1.5 hours now. So I think we can complete with the message. Just try that 4-minute light channeling, and then we're done. Nona, is that okay?
Yes, Bobby, I think because it's a Sunday and
Yeah.
maybe, and I think two people left the group, Rohit and Dina.
Yeah.
Who had invited them to join?
I had, I may have invited
Okay,
them.
okay, fine.
I don't
Fine.
know. Um, yeah, Rohit, I don't know who he is. Or
Okay,
I think I had invited a Karthik and I had invited Hina. Hina is the Muslim girl. She's
okay.
and
No, so
she's
I just wanted to know whosoever had invited them, we can take a feedback. Why did they leave in between?
yeah,
That will help us, yeah.
yeah. Okay, very good. So we'll complete the meeting, but go, if Sunena has not tried the 4-minute light channeling, she can click on the number 4 link on the number 4 of the document and try that light channeling. But we're pretty much done with the meeting then. Okay, so thank you very much for attending, and just keep practicing the light channeling, and your life will turn into gold. I can almost guarantee it. I can guarantee it. Okay, thank you very much.
Okay, Bobby. Thanks a ton. Bye.
Thank you. Bye bye.